Magdalena Bay, oh my god. So you remember that Overworld update that Minecraft did only like a couple of months ago? Well, they've gone ahead and done it again. They just redid the entire Overworld again with brand new real fog in every single biome. Guys, this is huge. Brand new Minecraft update day, baby. This week, as we continue to wait and beg for the release date of the Happy Gayest update, surprisingly, the preview was kind of high-key large. Now, this preview was a very, very big preview with tons of cool updates like saddle changes, that projectile update, the little combat update from weeks ago on Java, a whole hunky chunk of mob changes, and just in general, a whole ton of other changes. But for today, though, we'll laser focus in on vibrant visuals. This stuff is huge, most specifically, the fog. If you're looking for a sign to press that sub button, this is it right here. Smash that like button, and let's dive right in. Main menu, oh my god. The main menu panorama. We're clearly inside a Minecraft preview. We couldn't tell by that thing, and the panorama is not that boring ancient acacia biome. Have we entered a new era? This is beautiful. So a really cool thing happens here. If I have vibrant visuals enabled inside of my game, wow, it's vibrant, it's visual. Hey, and not to nitpick or anything, but the clouds inside of the main menu panorama, are these sparse clouds not to the old clouds? They since updated all this stuff, right? Anyway, inside of video settings, if I go ahead and flick things over to fancy or simple, then the ancient time, the olden one. So I bet you what's going to happen here is in the main update, if you have vibrant visuals enabled, you get the vibrant visuals panorama. Otherwise, you get the same Java one. I think this is the first update with two different panoramas, right? Now, alongside these beautiful new panoramas, we are leading closer and closer to the release. I feel like it could almost be any week at this point. The devs have updated both the shadow and volumetric configs for performance favoring on all Xbox platforms. Guys, they're written all over every single wall, the ceiling, the floor too. Come on, Happy Gas update. When are you going to release? Whoa, hold up a minute. There wasn't anything about it in the changelog, but does the water look way more clean and reflective now? Wow, that looks so good. Now, this next one is going to throw us back a little bit, specifically 1 week in time. Last week in the preview, we talked about it. Well, last week in the preview, they actually removed the graphical mode toggle. It was this really cool thing where you could basically, with a press of a button, enable or disable vibrant visuals. Now, the thing with this button, here it is inside of 1.21.80. If I press it, turn vibrant visuals off, things look good and normal. If I press it again and turn them on, but for sake of convenience, it was really cool to have. Like if you were in a dark cave and you needed to be able to see, just turn it off. Back over on the main menu, the developers have heard us. This was such a loved feature because it's such a huge quality of life thing. Inside of video settings, allow in-game graphics mode switching. I'm gonna go ahead and flick this thing back on. Then go ahead and jump back into my world with vibrant visuals. If I press the semicolon key, semicolon, nothing's happening. Okay, maybe this preview has some bugs that need to be smoothed out a little bit. All right. Now you take a seat, because inside of this week's preview, fog has been entirely overhauled. Here we are inside of the river biome, something like it, as I back up into the jungle biome. Oh my god. I don't even move very far into the jungle biome, and you can see it is so apparent in the sun. A little bit apparent on my skin as well, but the fog is actually warm and humid inside of this biome now. And what this will do to something like the light rays here, you can see it in the shadows on the leaves. Whoa. That's completely different. Like jungle biome, walking around, moving around, then I move over into a beach and ocean biome, and I mean, the shift is immediately apparent. Move over into the plains biome, and it just changed even more. Alrighty, so for this part, a little bit of a before and after, if you will. Inside of Minecraft 1.21.80, at the noontime, inside of this same exact seed, I'm over here inside of the plains biome. You're gonna want to pay attention to things like the general tone of the screen and definitely the sky color, because the fog will be most noticeable there. Well, I move around inside of the ocean biome and then eventually back up into the jungle biome. You can see here that there is no change at all. Like, maybe there's a subtle thing, but actually I think I'm going absolutely off the walls bonker. There's no change. Moving biome to biome, everything is exactly the same as it always has been. Over inside of the newest preview right now, go ahead and set things over to noontime. In the ocean biome, I move around, then I back up into the jungle biome, and the whole sky tone, I mean, it's insane. I don't even need to explain it. Now, these new fog tones, they're going to completely shift the tone, no pun intended, of every biome in which they actually exist. which is everything. Okay. So moving around here inside of the biome, where some of the stuff gets really noticeable is again with the light rays. When I can get light rays shining through blocks, which also look way better inside of this preview than before. Oh, the fog though, this fog. They actually added real fog to the game, and the devs have absolutely cooked with it. This fog is dramatic, it's intense and instantaneously noticeable. Next up here, I'd like to go ahead and do a world tour, and because this fog is so crazy, I don't think we even need it before and after. The plains biome. I always consider this biome as sort of our true neutral, the perfectly normal default biome, if you will. And moving around inside of the plains biome, the sky, I mean, it looks so smooth and perfect, maybe pulled straight from those Minecraft animation trailers. Another pretty default biome here, jumping right across the pond over into the forest biome, and I mean, we're gonna notice the fog looking pretty much exactly the same. And keep in mind that today, when we say fog gamers, we're talking all about the light tone, the color of the sky, just everything about the biome. Inside of the forest, it's pretty similar to the plains biome. But you ready for a shocker? Pretty dissimilar to the plains and the forest biome. As soon as we move into a more warm-toned biome, the savanna, oh, it's like we, in a movie, went to Mexico. I mean, look, I love it. It's really cool, but we just got a sepia filter overlaid all over the entire screen. Now, where you can check out this biome changing stuff is when we have areas like this where we have one biome, another biome, and another biome. You can move right between them really easily. So not that you even needed me to point it out, but once we walk back into the forest here, immediately everything shifts back to more like normal Minecraft tones. As we continue to walk through the forest and move over into the plains biome, you will notice maybe a very subtle change, but there's basically nothing. After that, cutting from the dead of the plains biome over into a sparse jungle biome. I mean, I'm speechless. This is so cool, and this is only V1 of the fog, like the first time it was implemented. How the sun, like, really glows and humid's out or whatever. I mean, look, I could watch this transition kick in all day long. I love it. Now, the really cool thing here, as found by Smokey Stack inside of the game's code, certain biomes here are actually going to have specific, unique, dedicated color grading. So, for example here, this is a great one. We simply move into the savanna biome. Well, I believe the tones inside of this biome are just basically the generic warm-toned fog variants. Oh, wow, that kicked in. So, there's a fog transition for you. All right. We'll come back to the desert in a second, though, because a unique one, like specifically dedicated for the biome, is the mesa. We move into the mesa, and it's like sepia, yes, but at the same time, a little bit grayed out. And the sky, I mean, it kind of preserves those cool tones. So you get this cool contrast of like orange and terracotta, and then looking up into the sky, yellowy clouds, and a soft pastel Sabrina Carpenter blue. I loved me a good sunrise before, but now especially so, because alongside the sunrise and the sun moving into the sky and, you know, just lighting up your whole world, well, you also get the fog subtly growing a little bit more intense as the sun actually lights up the world. Also, peep how intensely orange and hot the sun is. Like, I would definitely fry up inside of this biome if I tried to touch the sun, but moving from the mesa biome over to the desert biome, we got a glimpse of it a second ago, but the fog inside of the desert biome, peak sunlight hours here, oh, it's all yellow, like entirely yellowed out inside of this biome. It really complements all of the sand. The only thing we need here is like a sandstorm or something. Another biome with some pretty cool, unique fog that we've got to check out here is going to be the swamp biome. So we go from an ocean biome over into the beach biome, over into the swamp biome, and in the swamp, oh, it gets like all green and like gross. It's kind of evil. Like, moving around inside of this thing, this is one of the standout biomes. The sun, entirely different looking. Like, you can see the layers and blocks to it, and just this green humidity, disgustingness of the biome. With these different fogs here, this is really showing that nothing is off of the table when it comes to vibrant visuals. Like, the devs are down to overhaul the entire overworld. We get a couple of sick transitions over here too, actually. From the swamp biome over into the taiga biome, where the fog gets a whole lot more blue and cool. Like, you feel a little bit chilly inside of this biome. But then also from the green gross swamp with the popping sun over to the orange Mexico acacia biome with the sun that you can't even see. It's pretty crazy. It's all about the shocking differences with this stuff, and going from the savanna biome over into the swamp biome, I mean, it's actually pretty crazy. It's so cool. On our World Tour USA, next stop of the day is the desert biome, Nevada. Then we're going to move over into Florida, the mangrove swamp biome. And the color inside of the mangrove swamp biome, well, it's entirely different than the other swamp biome. Way closer to the desert. I really like how the mangrove swamp biome looks because you have all of these crazy trees that really allow for the light rays to shine through. The one thing that I feel the devs could probably crank up even more is a little bit more like a volumetric atmospheric fog inside of the biome. Like, when I'm not specifically looking at the sun, the fog isn't really too noticeable and intense, unless I guess I look up at the sky or whatever. Would love to be able to move around inside of some of these biomes and look off in the distance, like maybe across the water right there, and see a little bit of these fog tones creeping in a little bit more. One more time, green gross glowing swamp with the lime sun, moving over into the mega taiga, another pretty sick looking biome. And you can see as I walk into it, kind of similar to the taiga biome, things get way chilled out. Walking around inside of this biome, looking at the trees, the blocks, everything, you can tell the things are way cooler temperature-wise. We go ahead and take it from the mega taiga over into the dark oak forest biome, and things actually warm up a little bit. They're way more hazy and foggy in this biome. But before we take a look at dark oak forest biome and its variants, before we dive into some of the most cool fog in the entire game, let's take a look at the plains biome. A little bit of a baseline, recalibrating our visual receptors, if you will. If we go from a plains biome over into a colder tone biome, biomes that we haven't checked out quite yet, whoa, the sky. All right, so this one is pretty crazy. It's not just the sky, it's the fog as well, of course, but the sky goes from like a neutral, it's a peaceful spring morning, over into... all of a sudden, I'm shivering. I'm shaking. It's the dead of winter. Oh my god, somebody turned the heat up. But, so this is the, like, pretty much middle of the daytime here. We go from the snowy plains biome, whatever, into the ice spikes biome, and all of a sudden, it's like a solar eclipse or something. One of my favorite shots in all the vibrant visuals with this new fog here is the ice spikes biome at sunrise when the sun slowly creeps up above the world. I mean, it's like really cold and icy, and the world will lighten a little bit from this point right here, but it's actually insane and so cool how the devs have made this biome be like dark even during the daytime. And then the sun like bouncing off of things like the water and stuff. Whoa, wait a second. Did they change that in this preview? Oh, that looks a million times better. The sun inside of the ice spikes biome is so cool looking. Easily one of the most cool biomes in the entire game, no pun intended at all. Even something like a nether portal, it looks freezing. Alrighty, now this next one here is going to be a little bit difficult to check out, but as we move underneath the mega taiga biome, eventually we'll find the lush caves biome. This is going to be the only cave biome, at least right now, with a completely unique color grading JSON. Inside of the lush caves biome, as I walk around here, I mean, it's just so hard to tell. This is where I really wish that the devs would make the fog way more strong in areas that are enclosed. Like, I found quite literally the perfect lush cave biome in order to check out all of this color grading stuff. And maybe you could see it a little bit in the water tones there, how blue-green it is or whatever. But, yeah, unfortunately, inside of the most large lush cave biome I could find, you can't really see the cool, unique fog that much. A little bit of a bummer there, but don't worry, I've got you. Another really cool, unique biome here. For this one, we're going to go from this blue, icy, cold one and slide right into the Mushroom Island biome for the sky to flip over and get... honestly, it's like a little subtly purple. Honestly, like the ground or something here. It's a little bit subtly purple toned, right? Through all of our biome checking today, I really realized that I wish Bedrock Edition had the fill a biome command. If we could like fill biomes in certain areas like we can on Java, I could make a stripe of a bunch of different biomes so you could run through them all and check out the color fog. Sunrise inside of this biome does go pretty hard though, with the mycelium toned sky and the peachy sun around it. So far today, I've showed you some of the most beautiful shots of Minecraft that we have seen quite yet. Like every single second that I keep looking at this thing, the more and more I fall in love with him, especially with the shadows into play. What I haven't done is showed you the most impressive biome out of all of them. So you remember here when we were talking about the Pale Garden update and how, wow, it would be really cool if the Pale Garden got even more pale with a little bit of fog here? Well, moving from its biome brother, the Dark Oak Forest biome, over into the Pale Garden... oh my god, they done it. The Pale Garden biome, it actually has real fog now in the middle of the daytime. It looks like nighttime, and with these emissive eyes on the creaking. They actually did it, guys. They actually did it. Now, of course, here where the fog is going to look even better is, one, while the sun is rising up into the sky, it gets so washed out, like I can't see anything inside of this biome. And then, you know, when you have a Pale Garden biome that gets a little bit larger, so there's more room for this stuff to get even more intense. I mean, you take a look at the far distance here, we have this gigantic mountain in the background. As soon as we move into the Pale Garden biome, because the fog is so dense, I can't see a single thing. As far as I know, this biome could extend for thousands on thousands of blocks. Now, moving around down here on the ground, still same thing. I wish the fog got a little bit heavier on the ground in some cases, but inside of this biome, it seems and feels way heavier than it does inside of any other biome. I just feel like they could crank it up even more. Like, this is the middle of daytime here, even getting that semi-survival experience with those eyes emissively glowing. Boy, you move around here. Oh my gosh, the creepers. We just move around here. How the eyes actually glow inside of this biome with the fog all over the place. The real Pale Garden update. I think it's finally actually here. It's a question I feel I don't even have to ask, but which biome fog is your favorite? What the devs are doing with this fog vibrant visuals, if they keep this up, well, it's just, I don't even know what to say about it. Oh my god, I'm speechless. I didn't even think they could do it, but they just made Minecraft's biomes like a million trillion times even more better. Like this transition right here, the meadow, oh, so peaceful, the pale garden. Oh, wow, I could. All right, guys, I'm sure you're bored. I'll be doing this all day long. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.